dated. I think I'm a Libra. I'm Claritin Clear, and TSA pre-check. Any questions? All right, excellent. Are we as a community ready to joke about the Titanic? Okay, that wasn't everyone. So just clap if it's too soon. How about? Let's do it this way. Love to see it. I went to the Titanic Museum in Belfast recently. Ireland is a great place to visit if you're from Vermont. Let me just tell you this because the people there hate themselves, but they love foliage. It's a literal dream come true. So I went to the Titanic Museum in Belfast. The people there are actually like super proud of the Titanic because, I mean, in all fairness, like it was in really good shape when it left. I don't know. Do they even know? Should someone tell them? News travels fast across the Atlantic. The Titanic Museum is actually called the Titanic Experience, out of respect, I'm assuming. Speaking of respect, there is a roller coaster inside the building, and it takes you on a phenomenal journey through time and space. And ultimately, you guys, they do sell crop tops in the gift shop. I'm just going to be up front and say it. They say class of 1912. It's like the Disneyland of nautical tragedy. Is that okay to say? The worst part about the whole Titanic situation, like from my personal experience, was just the string quartet that decided to keep playing and go down with the ship. Like, that is the ultimate act of toxic masculinity. Yeah, we're just gonna keep playing. You guys, get in the lifeboats. We'll be down there. And ultimately, that is why I'll never date a boy in a band. Which I think is fair. Alright, let's tell you a little bit about myself. I was raised Jewish, but I had to convert to Christianity so I could ask Santa for Plan B. We've all been there, right? Judging by the silence, I will think that is no. No, I did take Plan B recently, I'm not like other girls. No, I took it because I'm trying to have more nutritious breakfast, okay? Thank you. I was going to not take it and just kind of let nature take its course. But then in the morning, a guy called me bruv. This is exhausting. Like, B-R-U-V, bruv. And I realized that child would grow up to love FIFA. And randomly, I don't want that for myself. Okay? I have gone on a date since then. It was a hiking date. And yes, the rumors are true. I threw up before finishing the flat part. That's fine. Thanks for joining me. That was very fun. That was very, very fun. Alright, a little bit more about my childhood. I was raised in a small village called Chittenden County, Vermont. My town was famous for absolutely nothing of substance happening there between 1791 and present. 1791 was a story for another time. That was tough. The most exciting thing to happen in my town was in 2009 when this man ran over his daughter's Labradoodle in his Volvo XC. And the very next day, there was a statue of said Labradoodle erected in our town center. Larger than life. And the day after that, actually, that Labradoodle became the Vermont state bird. Which is a wonderful story. A wonderful story arc. So little happened in my beautiful, white, upper middle class town, you guys, that they had to make up a lake monster in order to pass the time. And In school, they would sit us down and they'd be like, all right, kids, listen up. Disparity will never touch you. But Champ the Friendly Monster, he's thought to be 20 to 80 feet long. Don't you ever forget that. The speaker at my 8th grade graduation was this woman who allegedly won a Nobel Peace Prize for taking a photo of a floating log in the 1970s that she thought was Champ because she's absolutely toasted. Truly a feminist icon. She has since passed, but her legacy lives on, I guess, in a photo of a stick. Which is more than I have going for me, so more power to her. You might be thinking, did anything good come out of this town? Well, let me tell you, alright? The boy who in 3rd grade taught me how to insert a tampon using a safety pin in my American Girl doll. Today he's a diplomat. So keep those thoughts to yourself. I also consider myself a diplomat because I'm on Twitter. I was on Twitter today and I saw that Roe v. Wade is back in the news. I just think it's so important that we, as a people, uphold Roe v. Wade because it's 2019 and, if we're being honest, women deserve the right to choose their preferred method for crossing a river. Encouraged me to better myself, I had to make a change. It's like, sorry, Elaine. No, I don't think my parents' vicious divorce during my formative years impacted the horrible person I am today. My new therapist is actually a man, you guys, because it's 2019 and men can do anything women can do. For a lot of different reasons. I personally go because sometimes I'll do things like, I'll be in bed just like scrolling through Amazon, I'll order something on Amazon, and it will arrive before I get out of bed. Just like little things like that. I do try to help myself with this. I take Lexapro. I like to call it Lexapro 3000, though. Sound like a superhero. My therapist told me to, quote, stop calling it that, or else she will cancel my prescription. And yes, I do call it a prescription because I like to give myself the false notion that if I were to cancel it, I would be okay. Look, I haven't received an issue of Martha Stewart's Simple Living in months, and I'm thriving. Look at me, Brian, I'm thriving. I just moved into a new apartment because, all right, say it with me. I'm not like other girls. Well, you said it after me, but that's okay. Moving is hard, you know. You always have to leave behind like little things about the old place that you really love. Like, for instance, when I moved into this new place, I had to leave behind this beautiful wood panel wall that I shared with my neighbor who had sex with her boyfriend for upwards of 14 hours a day. I never knew their names, but I did know that Friday mornings were for missionary. I miss them, I do. I mean, would I go so far as to say the silence is deafening? Yes, I would. Sometimes when I'm at night, just like when I'm laying in bed, just missing them a lot, I'll kind of get on my Calm app and just find like the closest thing I can find to what we shared, I would say. It's just humpback whale sounds. This part coming up sounds exactly like them, I swear. It's just gonna be like a minute, because whales. Right there. That is them to a T. And ultimately, this is the closest I've come to feeling the sex noise shaped hole in my heart, because we all know I'm not doing it myself. Thank you. Have you guys heard of this app? It's called Calm. It has a bunch of lullabies and soundscapes and bedtime stories read by hot celebrities. It's fantastic. Okay, for example, Annalise, what's the best thing you can think of?
Best thing? Beach.
The beach. Okay, that's cute, but actually no, it's the winner of season 17 of The Bachelor whispering, "The moon loves you," as you cry yourself to sleep on a Tuesday. I don't make the rules. No, this is a great app. You might be thinking, wow, where did she get this free app? Well, let me tell you, I did spend $54 American on it. Because as it turns out, I will do anything to avoid interacting with the world around me. I have tried to curb my sleep habits. I went to a sleep doctor a few years ago, which is also weirdly $54. And they were like, okay, all you have to do is lay down here, and this strange man is going to stare at you and monitor your vitals while you sleep. And I was like, oh,